We're gonna give you an outside tour, but this time I brought the family with me. We have the one and only Leland J. and the lovely wife, Sarah. And the one that's on the way, Wesley Archer. Coming September 2020. We're gonna give you a little tour. Right now we're sitting in the wood shop. It's an absolute mess, but that's okay. We got new garage doors. We finally got the sticker of approval, an all new electric panel with new meter coming in. And we're gonna rewire and drywall everything, including the ceiling with insulation. All the supplies are sitting in that trailer there. Now we're coming out together. We're gonna show a little bit about the outside of this house. There's our neighbors across the street that they probably think we're absolutely insane, but that's okay. Here we got a good shot. Beautiful day out. I apologize for the wind, but it's Ohio, springtime. What can I say? Here's the outside of the 1882 log cabin. Right here is the mudroom that we started the video in the first time, which goes in the kitchen and so forth. And like many old farmhouses, there's lightning rods all over this property on all the big buildings. As you can tell, we got all that shrubbery removed. The old broken railing taken down for now and secured. That deck will be coming off completely and redone with all new grading to keep the water out of the basement. If we don't move the house, we're not 100% sure. As you can see where all that gray is, that's where the trees have rubbed off the paint on the aluminum siding. We removed all the shrubbery on this side of the house. That black thing is the entrance into the basement, the crawl space that we got right now. We didn't know at first when we bought the house, but it does have a complete Generac generator that does work, which was hidden in all that shrubbery, so that was a little nice bonus. Now if you can see behind me, that's kind of the main reason why we bought it. Beautiful, beautiful views. We did remove a bunch of old trees here that were rotted, and as you can see where it's all just dirt, we've had it all chopped up. We found some hidden sidewalk pieces, not sure why. Now we come back, as you saw in the pictures, this gravel drive was not here. It was totally overgrown, and there were shrubs, there was grass, trees taking over the whole side of the shop. We put in some concrete, some new man door as well. And the coolest part is when the concrete was still wet, as you saw in the still shot, there's a little Leland's, a little difficult to get, but his handprint, Sarah's handprint, my handprint. And as we have more kids, we're gonna add little stepping stones of concrete. There was a chain link fence that ran all the way around this back property. We got that mostly removed. We're still working on it. My brother and I got all new windows in, so to hopefully help with the shop. Those go all the way around. Here's an incredibly old off-road gas or diesel, probably diesel. And there was a massive tank that was probably 250 gallons that was sitting here that we're having a friend turn into a pig roaster. And then hopefully we'll have a pig roast later this year. Another shot of the new window. The meter box that was a thorn in our side for a good 2 weeks with my brother and I. The new electric service coming in for that meter. And then we got a horse barn here that is on the neighbor's property. Their barn that they store their tractor equipment in. And like I said, we relayed all this gravel here. I found Sarah again.
You were playing with the cat?
There is cats all over this property. There were barn cats dropped off. I think there's a half dozen now or so. That they're floating all over here. Leland absolutely loves them. And here's the big barn. This door, there was actually a hole in the side of the building when we first bought it. So we decided instead of leaving the hole, we cut it out and put in a door and a concrete pad. It is a 42 by 64 barn by 16 foot tall walls. Oh, I'm sorry, might be 14 foot tall walls. Go on inside, mind the mess, see if you can even see it. Yep, there you go. This is the barn. There was no concrete when we bought it. It was full of dirt, horse poop, raccoon feces, and everything, you name it. We have a kitchen here, and all this stuff down the middle is stuff we're donating to Habitat for Humanity. They'll be picking up hopefully here in the next month or two. My dad's storing his bass boat here, and my parents' camper. The goal is we will get electric here in the next coming weeks and running water. We bought these shelves for storage, still yet to come. Got to get all the tools hung up, some off-road toys, my parents' tractor, oh, and then the little man ready to do some work on the property. Hey. Hey, bud, say hi. Oh, you're gonna draw it, there you go. He absolutely loves the tractor, riding the four-wheeler. We got a nice drainage system in, done by an awesome concrete company. They've helped us out a lot. We did get it rather dirty since we've moved here. Most of this is house stuff that's waiting to go in once the house is done. Some off-road toys, more shelving. And if we open up here, ooh, right, we pop out the backside. So we got these in. There's a lot of dirt work we got to do. All this needs graded here. The trailers need a place to go because right now they're kind of stuck in mud. This is all going to become gravel. We're going to gravel outside of the barn and make a nice wraparound drive here. And it's going to wrap back to the main driveway and go. We have gotten new soffits all the way around, new gutters, new fascia. Next is we got to get some stumps out, do some more dirt work, like I said before, and then the big change will be paint when we get to paint the shop and the barn. Here's another view looking forward, but it's just absolutely gorgeous out here. That's a shed. That was actually my original wood shop. It's only temporarily there. It's going to go way back there and become our like bonfire storage space. As you can see, we have a lot of those trees and shrubbery that we removed from the house that we're going to be burning over the next couple weeks, couple months. Then our property, it just goes on all the way back, and it's just absolutely peaceful. We're surrounded by farmland on that side. There's about, oh goodness, probably 100 acres or more before the next house if you go that way. And then the really cool part, if you go to the very back of our property, there's a nature trail that we have access to that we can walk with Stark Parks. But and then where those tall weed looking things, those are some cattails. There's actually a pond back there that we got to dig out. I'll try and zoom in maybe, but that's a future project. But there's, this wind is probably terrible on this video, so hopefully we can squash that. More dirt work. There's deer track everywhere. There's our shooting bench for future range that will be set up here. There's a concrete pad because we're going to have another man door going in on this side of the barn. And that's really about it. There's a lot to be done. Our hope is, as we get to working over these next couple of months, if we're able to pick the house up and move it, we're going to take it back farther on the property. If not, then we're going to actually just move the house back about 15-20 feet onto a new foundation. That way we can account for and attach a garage and maybe eventual pool. What we're standing on here is a mound system for our septic, but unfortunately that's just how it was. Perk is it's only about 5-6 years old, maybe a little bit older. Oh, excuse me. But hope you like what you see, and we'll do a part 3 coming soon. Now, what everybody's been waiting for, you want to see some of the odd finds we found in the house. I got it all laid out and I'll get ready to show you here. But first we have to give a little insight of what this building is here. This is the original well house that they later they picked up and saved it, put it on concrete foundation, but kept the well where the hand pump was. They, unfortunately, the family before me or somebody did, either broke in or took the old hand pump. Would have been really cool to keep. It's actually probably going to become a kid's playhouse or a spot where they wait for the bus before they go to school one day. But we got years before that happens. A lot of good plans there. Kind of cool little piece. Now we're back to where we started, back in the wood shop. And we got everything laid out here. We'll start out on this end. So this is an incredibly old medallion slash ornament, almost feels ceramic. I tried cleaning it, couldn't get it to clean. I think it's a Catholic symbol of one of the saints, but I'm not 100% sure. Any Catholics out there want to keep me informed. The craziest part is on the back it has 1898 and the word Germany on it. It does feel very fragile, but we have that. This was actually hidden in a secret room that we talked about in the first video upstairs. It was sitting on one of the shelves. Then we have the last will and testament of the original owner and builder of this entire property, this log cabin from 1882. In 1938, May 13th, 1938, Andrew B. Finley wrote his last will and testament, willing this property to his children. And it shows the address, shows everything else. It's spelled out by his lawyer. Here's their hand signatures. Sorry for the shakiness, but that's all right. Andrew Finley's signature for 1938, and his 2 children taking over this property. This was found in the joists upstairs in an envelope in this pristine condition. And the creepiest part of this whole thing is months before we ever bought this property, little Leland over there was born, and his name is Leland J. Riggs. The attorney from 1938 here in Louisville was J. Leland Kerstetter. But how creepy is that, to have the same, almost the same name, and not even know we were going to buy this house. Moving on here, we found hidden in the walls an incredibly old file. I'm guessing just they used it for something, left it sit there, and it got lost. Then a nice old made in the USA oil can. If anyone knows any Tin Man around here that needs lubed up, we got them. Another creepy, somewhat creepy, is we found above every single door and window in this shop was nailed raccoon tails, some of them which still had the bones attached to them. Then slammed into the wall was a nice old butcher's knife, nothing too special about it, not too old. Then found in the rafters upstairs in the crawl space is what we could figure out, a 1920s man's shoe with a hard wooden sole. Really cool find, just kind of, who knows, lost in storage, or I'm not sure where the second one might be. Then when we were taking out these windows over here, I found underneath the siding somebody's really old bifocals, still in their little sleeve, well used, and the guy was probably really blind, really thick glass and really heavy metal frames. Then we go on to an old animal collar, probably a dog of some sort, was found hanging on the walls. And we get to the little creepier parts. In a crawl space in the basement, totally sealed off, was an entire cat skeleton, or assumed cat, maybe raccoon, some other small animal. We only brought out a couple of the bones to show you guys, but all the marrow's gone, everything. I mean, it's been there a long time. And we go down here. This is the original windows from 1882, found in that same crawl space. Broken glass, unfortunately, but I'm sure somebody with an artsy mindset couldn't figure out something we could do with that. Maybe even just hang them on the wall as is, find a way to protect the glass. But if you like my new glasses, be sure to stay tuned. We'll be sharing a lot of the renovations of the house, of the shop. We do, like I said, the next step is we're gonna be totally insulating in here, and we'll get that all on video for the world to see and for us to just kind of capture as this cute little guy here gets to grow up and help daddy and mommy. And oh, you think daddy's funny with these glasses on. But for now, we're signing off, and we'll see you next time.